There we go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another ASEA Global Expansion Team Zoom. Today, it was a super exciting day because we launched a brand new cell signaling product, the clay masks. And that's what we're going to talk to you about tonight. We thought we were going to be able to tell you about an IT enhancement, but they are fine-tuning that. And while we would much rather them fine-tune it before they launch it. So as soon as that's, dialed in perfectly and they're ready to launch it, we'll let you know. But tonight we have Dr. Dick and Nancy Walker. We're going to talk about the clay mask. We had a call today at noon Mountain Time where they officially launched the clay mask in the United States market. And so there's some it's a limited offer, and it's while supplies last. And if it goes gangbusters in the United States market, then we're going to release it to the rest of the world. So I've heard through the grapevine that we've already sold out of 2 products in the packs. They came with little bundles. So yeah, just got back into town from a fly-in at corporate. And so I have yet to see what's going on in the back office, but I hope that you guys are dialed in to what's going on in ASEA land, because I'll tell you what, I hope you have your seatbelt on in 2023, because this company is taking off. So it's very, very, very exciting. So anyway, Dick and Nancy, I know you guys have been using the clay mask. I've been using it as well. So we're going to talk about our experience, because I think people kind of got a hint of what it is today. If you were on the call, some people weren't able to be on the call, so we'll go over it a little bit. But yeah, let's talk about our experience using this clay mask. I know that the one thing that they talked about was they said, first, if you're using the Renew Advanced line, use your cleanser and then go directly to the clay mask, which is the brand new product. This is it. This is the clay mask. So you're going to put the clay mask on your face. And then after you let that sit on your face for about 10 minutes or so, then you're going to add your Renew 28 on right after you rinse it off. You're going to add your Renew 28. Then you're going to add your toner. Then you're going to add your serum. And then you're going to do your moisturizer. So it may sound like a lot, but hey, you only get one face. So there's all kinds of things that we can use on the outside. I like to put the ASEA in a mister and mist my eyes, my nose, my ears, my mouth, my skin. So this thing is key. If you don't have one, I'd recommend it on Amazon for, I think they're $6 now. And you can put the cell signaling in a spray bottle. You can also spray that on the outside. And then you can also put the ASEA liquid in an eyedropper, and you can drop it directly into your eyes. So these are the ways to get the cell signaling onto your body, into your body from the outside. So we know that we have a cell signaling line, and we can replenish these molecules from the inside out and also from the outside in. So let's talk about the clay mask. Nancy, how do you like it?
I love it. I thought, well, my skin can't get any better than it was with the Renew Advanced, but I think it's gotten much smoother. And I had a few enlarged pores that are gone, and it's just brighter and more radiant. And now that I know we can use it on our neck and other areas, because as you age, you lose that elasticity in your skin. And here's the other thing I've been thinking about ever since the call earlier today. And this clay mask really binds with the impurities on your skin and down in your pores, and they bind, and then it pulls the impurities out. And then, as they talked about, you put the Renew 28 on right after that. Now, here's what's so great about that, is that at that time when your skin does not have oils, it doesn't have impurities, it doesn't have any trace of those things, and the Renew 28 can get in there, in the pores, on the surface, and then get absorbed down in. What's happening is those molecules, those signaling molecules, are identifying damaged cells, and they're being repaired much faster. And that, in the long run, okay, maybe the first time you use the mask, you're not going to notice a big change, but as you use it more and more, you're going to have more repair quicker.
Absolutely. When I got out of the shower today, I keep this cleanser in the shower, and then I got out and dried off, and I put the clay mask on my face, on my neck, and all the way down here on my chest. And then I, walked around. I had a couple things, other things I could do while it was drying. And then after about 10 minutes, or it was probably even longer than that, I came back and washed it off, rinsed it off with warm water, not hot water, not cold water, warm water. And once I got it off, then did the toner and the rest of the routine. But man, it makes your skin feel so soft. Do you notice that, Dick?
I do, yeah. And I'm not a skincare guy, but when we were asked to be part of the trial group to try this out, I tried it once before I shaved, and it just didn't seem to get down into the skin where I wanted it to be. And I saw them using it on stage at the Impact Tour, and I thought, well, for the first time in years, I'm going to go ahead and shave everything but my goatee so I can use this. And I was amazed at how many little wrinkles I had accumulated underneath all that hair. And I thought, wow, it's a good thing this product came out, because when I put it on that first time, it just felt like my face was being stretched, and it felt good. It wasn't uncomfortable, but it certainly felt different. I certainly said, something's going on here. And I looked in the mirror, and those little wrinkles and lines just disappeared. I did look like the Living Dead, with the clay appearance. I thought I could scare the little kids at Halloween if I wore this all night. And then I rinsed it off, and it still looked pretty darn good. And then I went ahead and used all the other parts of the Renew Advance that Nancy's been teaching people about. And now I can use it because I've got a lot more on my face I can put it on. And I'm super impressed with what this can do. I think it's just going to be a great product, not just to make us look good, but everything that ASEA asks us to put on our skin actually makes our skin healthier. And our skin is your body's first line of defense against a lot of bad things. And if you can improve the health of your skin, you're going to prevent some pretty major problems down the line. And one of the other things, I'm not sure if they covered it this morning, but the pH of your skin is important, and the pH of your skin is slightly acidic. It's about the same as black coffee, actually. It's about 5 or 6. And it's important that what you put on your face has that same pH. Otherwise, your skin is going to have to change that. It's going to have to, modify that to get back to that 5 or 6 range. And so the clay mask is pH adjusted. So it's in that slightly acidic range. So it doesn't put any stress on your skin. And then the number of years that it took ASEA to pick bentonite as the active ingredient took them 3 years. And bentonite is a very interesting compound. It's an ancient volcanic ash that's been around for years and years, and has been used in natural medicine for a number of different things. And yeah, I just love this product, and they seem to have come up with the perfect balance of ingredients. There are redox molecules in the mask itself, but now we know also that it's like Nancy says, it's beneficial after you rinse the mask off to go ahead and put some Renew 28 on there to get even more of the redox molecules absorbed down into the deeper layers of your skin. So it's an awesome product all around.
Yeah. Dick, you look so different than before you started ASEA. I mean, you have hair now, your hair is brown, and you have no beard, and you have beautiful skin. And so you are absolutely, we have our chronological age and we have our biological age. Well, there's not much we can do about our chronological age, but I'll tell you what, biologically, ASEA people, they just look better and better and better and better. And so, yeah, I think we're onto something here. We're a biotech company that chose a network marketing business model. We're not just a network marketing company that says, hey, let's make some money. What do you want to sell? You know what I mean? It's a they're very different kind of company, and the products are based in science and the ingredients are based on results. And the cell signaling technology taps into our body's innate intelligence and, you know, allows our body to do what it's designed to do, which is heal itself at the cellular level. So I was with a woman at a fly-in recently, and she's gone through some horrible health problems. And one of the things she said was, I never realized how much I could damage my body by what I put on my skin. And so she's very, very careful about what she puts on her skin, because there's all kinds of hormone disruptors and awful things. Because like you said, Dick, our skin is our largest organ, and, you know, it's a living, breathing organ, and it talks to us. It signals to us what's going on deep down inside our body at the cellular level. So Nancy, you want to touch on that at all, or just how important it is what we put on our skin?
Yeah, I have been interested in this for years, Cindy. Whatever you put on your skin is coursing through your bloodstream in about 20 minutes. And I have been passionate about looking up ingredients on skincare, you know, personal care products, because they're not regulated by anyone. They're not regulated by the FDA. And I knew of a person who sold cosmetics, and they would go to the stores and put them on the shelf, like foundation and stuff. Well, sometimes they would leak through the box and actually rust out the racks. And that is a real indication. But, you know, girls and lots of people start wearing makeup at a very young age while they're still developing. And like you said, hormone disruptors and toxic chemicals are disastrous. And many lipsticks have lead in them, and no one is regulating. There's no regulatory agency that looks after that. You have to be your own best advocate. And that's what I appreciate about ASEA. There are other clay masks on the market. None of them have redox signaling molecules, and some of them have artificial colors and fillers and other things that go into them. And I would caution against using anything that is not made by ASEA. We can trust ASEA. The products are safe and they're effective. They actually work. They're all, you know, have been tested by third party, and that we've won awards with all of our skincare products, the top awards, and they're affordable. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So hard to find.
Isn't there a dirty dozen or something like that of things you shouldn't put on your skin? Or I think I've talked about that.
Yeah, and I told our group, we just got back from Maui, and if you walk down the main street, Front Street in Maui, you will have people trying to pull you into their place to put eye cream on you. They have eye cream, neck cream, and the eye cream is a little tiny tube for over $400. And so I went in this time. I let them put it on me. Dick came in too, and he had it on him too. And
They don't give you any choice. They just assault you with their finger.
Here, have some.
Yeah. And so we were talking about, I was telling him about Renew Advanced and what the ingredients were. And I said, what are the ingredients in your product? Well, he sent me out the door with a little sample that had ingredients. And when I got back, I wiped it off right away because I wasn't sure what was in there. And then we got back to the our place we were staying, and I looked it up on the internet. Anyway, the top 10 most toxic ingredients in personal care products were in there.
Great.
$400 for this eye cream, and that didn't include the face cream and the neck cream, which I'm sure were equally as toxic.
Right. And the thing is, who cares how great you look if you have cancer? I mean, you know, if they're cancer causing ingredients or hormone disruptive ingredients or ingredients that can mess up your bloodstream or your inflammatory response or your immune response. I mean, why mess with that? I mean, I would rather be wrinkled and, and healthy than
Right.
smooth and sick,
What happens is a lot of those they call them hormone disruptors, but they masquerade as estrogens. And so your liver that is supposed to detox all these things doesn't think there's anything wrong with it because it looks like an estrogen, but they're not really. And so they fly under the radar and then they cause problems. And that's how they work. But that website, you can look that up on ewg.org. And in fact, ASEA looked up all the ingredients for Renew Advanced. That was what they looked at also, because it will rate the level of toxicity of all the ingredients in any product. So I love having that resource. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the way they developed or formulated the Cell Performance. When you're drinking the Cell Performance, whether you're drinking the mind or the mood or the energy, you're drinking the actual ingredients. And then they did add a little bit of stevia. That's what the sweet flavor is that you taste, but there's no fillers. There's no junk. There's nothing in there. They just had to make the ingredients taste good, because sometimes ingredients that are really good for you in efficacious doses don't taste super good, which is why they added the stevia. And they're actually reformulating it now to make it, a little bit less sweet. But the point is, just like the skincare, the Cell Performance, they only put in the product what they need to get the redox results, right? So that has to hit at least 2 of the categories to be accepted as a redox product. So our skincare goes under the same kind of formulation and scrutiny that the other ASEA products go under. And the reason that, you kind of switch gears in your head is when you're adding ingredients, which is what we're doing with the Renew 28, not necessarily with the Renew, I'm sorry, not with the Renew 28, but with the Renew Advanced. With the cell signaling products, we're tapping into the body's innate intelligence, and we're working with people's individual biochemistry. With the Renew Advanced, we have specific ingredients that are proven to deliver specific results. So you've got a very general cell signaling technology that's going to tap into your body's natural healing mechanism. And then you're going to add very effective ingredients that are proven to deliver results as far as hydration and, whatever. So more about the ingredients than I do, Nancy, as far as, making sure that they're returning the skin cells back to the way they were when we were younger, right?
Yeah.
And
go ahead, Dick.
Cindy, another thing about labeling, which you were you may have been heading in that direction anyway, but is that a lot of companies will buff up their labels, and they'll put just enough of an ingredient in a product so that they can put it on the label, but it isn't necessarily enough to do anything. And the important thing to understand about ASEA, whether it's Cell Performance or Renew Advanced, is that ASEA, if they put an ingredient on the label, there's enough of that ingredient to give you the benefits that you can expect from that ingredient. Because if you go out and look at the literature, both for Renew Advanced and I've been doing it especially for Cell Performance lately, you'll find a lot of information about the individual ingredients and what they've been shown to do, proven to do in clinical studies and that sort of thing. But if there isn't enough in the product to give you the result that was obtained in those studies, then it's just foolhardy. It's buffing the label, it's dressing up the label just to say that it's there, and the ASEA will never do that. And so that's an important thing to understand. If you're comparing product A to product B, it's really important how much of the individual ingredients are in there. And sometimes it's important the ratio of certain ingredients to other ingredients. So it's very complex designing these products that ASEA is working with. That's why it takes so long to come up with a new product that ASEA is comfortable that they put enough time and effort and research into knowing that it's going to be a winner and not just another, another product.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many health and wellness companies out there that are leveraging people's ignorance. And it does, like you said, it gets complicated. You are an ER doctor. You have integrative medicine degrees. You have studied a long time in your life, read several textbooks and clinical studies and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Most of us, I mean, Nancy, I know that you were a dental hygienist and you wanted to be a dermatologist your whole life. And so you go deep into the science as well. I'm a private ski instructor. I mean, I'm interested. I want to make sure that it's healthy and that I don't hurt anybody. But I'm a private ski instructor. I don't want to read all the textbooks and other stuff. But what I do want to find is a company that has a brand that I can trust. And I know that if ASEA puts its name on a product, it has been put through with a fine-tooth comb. All the T's have been crossed, all the I's have been dotted, because like I said earlier, we're a biotech company that decided to bring these incredible products to the market through word of mouth. So it's not just a way of making money and, hey, let's spin something, what do you want to make? What do you want to sell? This is a biotech company, a cellular health company that is delivering these engineered products on purpose to deliver very specific, very healthy results. And as you can see from Dick and Nancy's skin, hopefully mine as well, is that healthy skin is good looking skin, right?
Mhm.
I mean, there's all of these women, especially, that do all these crazy things to their skin and their faces, especially, to defy the aging process. And like we said earlier, I mean, some of the stuff that's done is not healthy for you. It makes you look one way, but it's not healthy for your cells. And if your cells aren't healthy, then you're not healthy. So these are very healthy ingredients and very healthy signaling molecules, right?
Yeah. And Cindy, if they've been using clay masks as long as way back in ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, they've been using clay masks, even
Cleopatra, right?
Yeah. But it was also a medicinal treatment for wound treatment. They didn't have, modern antibiotics and things. So they would use the clay to pack on a wound because it drew out the impurities. But Cleopatra, she was really into beauty and she did a lot of things. One thing she did was a clay mask. Now, if it's been around that long, I think it stood the test of time. And I just want to say one other thing about Cell Performance drinks, and I call them health drinks. I have a sweet tooth. Everyone in my family does. Well, I stopped eating sugar after the first of the year, processed sugar. I'm talking about cookies, things that are really obvious. And always in the evening after supper, I just want something a little bit sweet. So instead of eating a sugar thing, I started drinking a mood. And that satisfied my sweet tooth, and I lost 12 pounds in 12 weeks.
Wow. Wow. That's so great. Okay, I'm doing that. It'll be my new thing. I'll see if I can lose 12 pounds in 12 weeks. Wow, that's incredible.
Nancy, Cindy was talking about fillers and all those fancy things that a lot of women do, and their face doesn't look as good as yours does. But tell us a story about our neighbor and what she said to you after, because you went up to recruit her into the study, right, to use the mask. But tell her what Kelly said to you after you got home.
Well, I did. She was in the study, and she is in ASEA, but didn't use the Renew Advanced and all that. But anyway, I went up to actually take a baby gift up there because her daughter had a baby. And I went up there and visited with her in her kitchen for a while, and I left to come home. And before I got home, I had a text on my phone, and I thought, oh gosh, did I forget something there? And I stopped the car. I just drove up there anyway, I stopped the car, and her text said, please text me a list of all of the procedures. She said, by the way, your skin looks amazing. I should have told you when you were here, but please send me a list of all the procedures you've had done. And I was laughing so hard I could hardly drive the rest of the way home. And I just sent Renew Advanced. And then she came over and bought my extra kit.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
now she's on Renew Advanced. She goes, you're kidding. Like you didn't have like lasers or, I said, no. And I'm going to my 50-year high school reunion this year. And I was looking at some of the pictures. Like, I don't recognize anybody. That'll be interesting, right?
Very interesting. Well, and people talk about how affordable the whole Renew Advanced line is and how affordable this mask is, as well as the rest of the products. So, and I've never been a huge skincare person. I'm just too cheap because some of this stuff is, like you said, this $400 eye cream. I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, that's just for your eyes. Then you got to buy some other cream for your wherever else. I mean, holy moly, that'll really add up. And I don't know how long it's supposed to last you, but this mask, you're supposed to do this 2 or 3 times a week, is what they're recommending. And so you might go through a tube a month if you're using it that often, especially if there are 2 of you using it in the household, doing it, 2 or 3 times a week with the rest of your Renew Advanced. Now, the one thing they did say is this is a standalone product. So if you don't want to use the Renew Advanced, or you can't afford it right this second, and you just want to try the clay mask, it's got signaling molecules in it. So it's a standalone product. If this is the only thing you buy to put on your skin to improve your largest organ, well, good on you. I mean, you don't have to have all the steps if you don't want to. So that's great to know, right?
Yeah, and I think there was a question that I saw come through the chat about what different types of skin. It doesn't matter if you have dry skin, because even, typically we think about a mask for oily skin, but I think it doesn't matter what skin type you have, because the whole point is to remove the impurities so that you can get the Renew 28 and all of the other natural redox active ingredients in the Renew Advanced onto your skin.
Yeah. And Nancy, we were talking earlier, I mean, not this past week, but the week before, we've been having the biggest winter in many, many years. And so we had red dirt that flew over here from Utah on our white snow in Colorado. And I know that you were flying back from Maui and you couldn't land at the airport because there was a volcano going off in Russia, right? I mean, so the point is that, our air quality, even if you live in, I live in a really pristine area, but that doesn't mean that my air quality is fantastic. We've got stuff in the air that we can't see. And, so all of our skin, regardless of where you live, is being bombarded by all kinds of things that very few of us are aware of. And so, this is our barrier. Dick, you said earlier, this is our first line of defense, is our skin. So we need to take care of this protective coating that's around our bones and around our muscles, because, it's a living, breathing organ. And it's the way that your body tells you what's going on the inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yep.
It's in direct communication with your immune system. In fact, they say the skin has its own immune system and has its own brain. It's a very highly functioning, complicated organ. The most important thing is to keep your skin healthy, because that protects you. But yeah, the pollutants in the environment, most of them you can't see. So it's not going to be like, well, you noticed when you were flying into Salt Lake, any major city has pollution, but here in Spokane, we have one of the worst air qualities in the country. But you walk outside and it's like, oh gosh, smell that fresh air. You can't smell it, but affects your skin, it will age your skin. Though
Yeah.
all of those environmental pollutants are assaults on your skin.
Yeah,
So that's what,
they're
Yeah.
comparing the air in Salt Lake City to Shanghai these days. So, and you don't see it when you're in it. You know, you
Mhm.
might smell the lake effect, but you don't really see it until you are up in the mountains coming down into Salt Lake, and you can see, you almost feel like taking a rubber spatula and just wiping it off the top of the city. It's just like, woo, you can definitely see what you're about to go into and breathe. So, I know that we talked about the pH balance. We talked about using this 2 or 3 times a week and leaving it on for 10 minutes. We talked about the clay being volcanic ash. We talked about this mask having cell signaling molecules in it. And one of the things they talked about is the clay, with the way it's designed, is to kind of work like a magnet. You know how you put a magnet when you have a pole, the magnetic pole from a magnet? That's what this clay is designed to do. Is you put it on and it pulls. When Dick said he put it on his face and ooh, he felt this pull. That's what it's doing. It's pulling the impurities out of your skin. It's actually detoxing your skin. And so, fantastic product. And it's going to set the surface, like you said, Nancy, for the redox signaling molecules. So the redox signaling molecules will, because remember what activates redox signaling molecules is organic matter. So if we put the clay mask on and remove the junk, then we put the Renew 28 on. The Renew 28 is working on fresh skin cells. It's not working on the junk that's in our fresh skin cells. So that's why the 1-2 punch is so powerful. So any final thoughts? We're at the bottom of the half hour. Any final thoughts, Dick, Nancy, before we wrap it up tonight?
well, I just want to say it doesn't matter what your skin type is. It doesn't matter if you've never used any skincare products at all. I mean, Dick was, he worked on our farm like I did, and he would never put sunscreen on. I'd offer it to him and he said, I don't need it. I got hair in my face. And he's been a mountaineer for most of his adult life in the mountains, intense sun. And like he said, he was so surprised when he shaved his beard, how many fine lines and how much aging had happened. Well, it's reversing. It doesn't matter how long you wait to start these products, they work. Doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter what your skin type is, doesn't matter how damaged your skin is, it reverses aging and it reverses damaged skin. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And if in doubt, try it. This is one of those products where you will notice the difference very quickly. And, you know, healthy skin is good looking skin, and healthy skin protects the rest of your body from a lot of challenges that you really don't want to have problems with. And so, you know, it's just a natural thing. It only takes 10 minutes to use. And I like to use it before I shower. I just put it all over, wait 10 minutes, rinse it off in the shower, and then wash my face with the cleanser and use the rest of the Renew Advanced system. But just as a standalone product, you're going to notice the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So get it while it's hot and get it before it sells out, because there's only a certain amount. And right now it's only available in the US market. And if it's as popular here as they think it's going to be, then they'll make some more and launch it to the rest of the world. So grab yours while supplies last, because it literally is a limited offering. And we're kind of experimenting with the proof of concept with this product to see if the demand is there. It's kind of like what they did with those first 40 people and the ASEA that they gave it. It's a wonderful product, but it tasted like pool water. And the more unhealthy you were, the worse it tasted. So they wanted to make sure that people that needed it would actually drink it. So they gave it to 40 people, and within 2 months, they had 135 people in 20 countries asking for more. So if that's what happens with the clay mask, then we'll be off to the races globally, helping everybody get their skin cells healthier. So Nancy, Dick, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I'm so excited about this new product, another cell signaling product. We're the only cell signaling clay mask in the world on the market. So it's pretty exciting to own the it's 4 squares in the middle of the chessboard. You know, we're not just a Me Too company. We are a biotech company, the only company with cell signaling technology. So we're just enhancing that line. Pretty exciting. We feel pretty blessed. So
And don't
thanks,
forget,
guys. Yeah.
don't forget to share your experience on Healthy Self as well. Let people know about this, because I think this could turn out to be a very popular and successful product with ASEA.
Yeah. So turn your phone around, take a before, and then use it for a while. And you might, like Dick said, you might scare some kids with your gray face. You kind of look like the Walking Dead while it's drying. So make sure you rinse it off before you go out in public, or people might be a little shocked by you. But then take an after photo and see the changes. And you can be public with that. If you're a more private person, then don't show anybody but yourself. But unless you document the before and after, you know, the changes can be subtle, because we look at ourselves in the mirror probably at least once a day. So anyway, have an incredible night. Dick and Nancy, thanks again. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. It's been fun,
Good night,
Cindy. Thank you.
everybody.